Hi, I'm Marina, and I'm a relationship coach. I'm sure you've heard the phrase, the truth shall set you free. Well, here goes. We human beings are divine beings. We are love, truth, power, wisdom, and beauty all rolled into one. We are divine energy experiencing itself through the human body-mind. I think people need and want relationship coaches because we don't live on bread alone. We need meaning in our lives. And there's a couple ways in which we experience meaning, I think, as human beings. One is in emotional intimacy, that moment when I'm gazing into my beloved's eyes and he's gazing back into mine, and somehow we both know and we both experience our sense of self falling away. And the second way is through the developmental stages or tasks of life. Because we live these finite lifespans, there is meaning in achieving these developmental stages. And in the beginning, it's really about establishing a sense of self. That includes our place not only with ourselves, but also in our families and then in the broader community. And then we really seek out a sense of purpose, and we seek, because on some level we know that our lives are finite, something so meaningful that it's worth laying down our lives for. For some people that's children, for others it's something else, and then we seek to age gracefully. So I want to share a story from my life about meaning making and also developmental task achievement, and then talk a little bit more. So when I was younger, I was single, and I was very fearful. I felt very alone, and I also fell in love with Buddhism. And I decided to put myself in a residential Buddhist center to surround myself with others who were doing these practices and listening and studying to these truths. And when I did that, within a few weeks, it was like my whole being just settled down and calmed down. And I was able to consciously accept that I might be single for the rest of my life. And after this occurred, 3 days later, I ended up meeting a man who is now my husband. So it's interesting how when we take that leap of faith, when we release ourselves from fear, are released from fear because we are met by an environment of truth and love, that there's this shift in consciousness that occurs, and that very thing that we were so fearful that we could never achieve is now available to us. Obviously, it doesn't always happen within 3 days, but I'm certain that even if I hadn't met him, I would have been a much happier person living a more meaningful life. So when people reach out to a relationship coach, they're really taking that leap of faith. And when you feel that somebody cares deeply about you and recognizes the divine being that you are, while at the same time seeing the state that you're in, which is presumably one of fear, because, well, fear and a sense of hopelessness, because why else would you have reached out? And they perceive all of that, and they themselves don't freeze up, don't fall into hopelessness. They also don't express aggression, nor do they ignore or abandon you. In fact, they express curiosity in your experience and faith that this shift of consciousness is occurring. That's when people begin to gain strength and to find their feet planted firmly on the ground. So if this is resonating for you, or if you're curious about it, feel free to go to my website. It's marinagurmancoaching.com. And if you'd like from there, you can schedule a free discovery call. Thanks so much.